Hi, and welcome to another edition of Between Sundays. And this is a little bit different because we're in a different time. And so this coming Sunday, there will be a sermon uploaded. There will be a bulletin as well if you want to follow through. It's a modified service. But we're still continuing with this series of discovering our identity in God. And what's kind of weird about this series is that the topic for this coming Sunday was picked far before we had the issues that our world is facing right now. And so the topic for this Sunday is actually doubting Thomas when we are unsure of our world. And how many of us feel like our world right now there is a lot of uncertainty. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going to happen. And so as we look at the story of Thomas and of Thomas' interaction with Jesus, what kind of does it say about when we are unsure? We're not totally certain of what we're even seeing, what we're hearing, what our experience is. Like, how do we even make sense so that we know how to go forward? So that instead of getting what happens is this anxiety, this distress, this feeling that everything is shifting and moving, and that realization that we don't really have control of so much in our lives, so much of what's going on. How do we begin to go forward and make sense? How do we begin to control what we can control? How do we find some certainty when there seems to be so much that is uncertain? And so my hope is that as we look at the story of Thomas and Thomas' interaction with Jesus, that we can kind of get a sense for ourselves, because we are in an uncertain time. We are in a place that most of us have never experienced before. And so how do we begin to make sense so that we are not in that place of being completely distressed and anxiety-ridden every moment of the day? That we can begin to find some peace, even as the world around us feels like it's falling apart. So my hope is that as you prepare for this Sunday, to prepare to give yourself a little bit of time to be able to settle yourself, so that we can have this conversation, that maybe we can glean something from the words in the New Testament, that we can glean something from these stories, so that we might know how to live each and every day a little bit better. May you find a little bit of that peace in this uncertain world. Have a good one.